What's going on, guys? Guys311 here with some Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay. I haven't done a video in a long time, so I'm messing around. The game is amazing. I've been playing it for years now, and I want to just play around with it a little bit. So we're doing a ranger is the goal here. I have a tactician game going already, but I want to just play normal, not so crazy. I'm going to skip the cutscenes. Basically, this one, the Mind Flayer comes in, puts the worm in Lae'zel, a person who could be in our party, and then puts the worm in us. Our brain. I don't know how the sound is. Let me know if the sound is off. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Maybe. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. So we're going to go with a ranger, dual wield, and ranger. I haven't dual wielded in this game yet. So, one of the few things I haven't done. So we're going to go half orc, I think. I haven't used a half orc yet. And we get intimidation as a skill, 30 feet of movement, 40 feet of dark vision, relentless endurance, which is pretty awesome. If we get to 0 hit points, we don't go down, we go when you got on a 1 hit point. And then savage attacks, if we crit, we get 3 times damage of 2 times damage a dice. Pretty good for a melee, big hidden character like ours. And then so we're gonna go ranger, which tends to be a dexterity class, but you can make it into a melee class as well, which I'm gonna do. We're going to take Ranger Knight, so we can wear heavy armor. Sorry. So yeah, we're going to go heavy armor, Ranger. Dual wield is the plan here. If anybody is watching, let me know how the sound is. I'm just doing this on the PlayStation 5, so I don't have a lot of options. Sorry, Ranger Knight, yes. We're going to go Beast Tamer to start with. Eventually we'll get some fire resistance, I think. We'll go Beast Tamer to make it feel a little more rangery. We'll probably use the Raven as our guy, because you can blind enemies. Background, we'll go Outlander. We get athletics and survival. We're going to be having some points in strength for sure, and wisdom. Alright, we're going to tank a couple of stats. So we'll go strength and con, I think, for our main stats here. We want to be up in the face of things. So our strength, we're going to go 17. Normally, I don't like to do that. I like to go like 16, because even is where your bonuses come from. An odd doesn't really help you. But we are going to take a feat later to get +1 strength, and then I end up putting it up to 18. Dex at 10, con is 16, and wisdom at 14. So this we're going to go with. This will help with like perception. Our skills are going to be mostly wisdom and strength based. We're going to take charisma and take intelligence. And then we're going to go with... We have 3 skills as a ranger, huh? Okay. So we're going to go perception, insight, animal handling. Those are all wisdom-based skills. Get an extra +2 to him. And we already get athletics, which is the only strength-based skill. And we also get intimidation as a half-orc. We're not going to use that very much. And as the Ranger Knight, we get, I believe it was history. So, we're taking intelligence. We have only a +1 off that. That's alright. And then, let's see, we're going to keep this guy pretty much similar to the way he looks. I don't really care too much. We'll give him a different voice.
What was that?
I think he looks pretty awesome the way he looks, like, default here. Look pretty cool. We'll give him a little raven tattoo on the side, since he's a ranger. I don't know, nature-y animal tattoo. And give a little bit of scar, had a little bit of a rough going in that right eye there. And then, we don't need a beard or nothing. He looks pretty cool. I don't know, I like the half-orc straight up. Because I haven't played a half-orc yet. So let's just, double check everything. So we got strength, con. Yeah, the reason we have 17 strength is because I'm going to take heavy armor proficiency, bonus, whatever, because +1 in that later. Which will put it at 18, and then 2 more points at a different time will put us at 20. Find familiar. Yeah, we'll rename our guy to Scowls Grin, which is what I normally pick when I have like a fight big guy. I don't know why. Just what I do. Alright. Guardian, we're going to... I like this default Guardian. I think she's pretty awesome looking, so I just always take her. Alright, so he puts the worm in us. We're going to skip the cutscene. Now he's going to be chased. He's going to go to Baldur's Gate and start kidnapping people in the ship. Then he's going to get chased by Githyanki and Red Dragons. And he's going to warp around to different planes to escape and end up in Hell. And that's where we end up, in Hell, on the ship with the Githyanki. Or with the Lithids. I'm sorry we're skipping the cutscene, but I've seen it so many times over the past 4 years. Let's do it.
Oh, my head.
Do I just start with a bow only as a ranger? Wow, they do. They don't even give me a melee weapon. That's interesting. Alright.
Where the hells are we?
Alright.
Don't mind if I do.
I like to try to pick up anything I'm going to sell and add it to wares right off the bat, so I don't have to worry about it later. When I sell, I just hit one button and sell everything. This topaz, for instance, you can pick it up and it goes in your inventory, but if you hit square, add to wares, it'll go right to be able to sell it instantly later. Let's try our first check of the game here.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Investigation, we are not good at that. Yeah, not a good start.
You notice nothing more than meets the eye.
So my guy's not very smart, right? He has an 8 in intelligence. I assume he's going to reach toward this pool anyway. Why not, right? He's not a very smart guy. It's fine, because you get a little thing here to heal anyway.
Odd. I feel better.
This game is all about, like, well, you can play a game however you want to play a game, obviously.
1,000 years of humanoid history. Elves, dwarves, humans.
But for me, it's trying things, you know, with a character the way they are. Like, if my guy's not very smart, I might try to do some things that not a very smart person would do. Like, if you play the game the same every time with every character, I think that's kind of takes away from the whole point of what they created here, is a lot of variety. The best way to play, I think, personally, is play the character you're playing, you know? Don't try to, like, do everything perfect. If your guy's dumb, do some dumb things. If your guy's... You know what I'm saying. Whatever. Let's move on.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us. Please. Before they return. They return.
Already failing at everything.
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
You sound afraid. Why?
The enemy. So many enemies.
I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Let's do an investigation first. Sometimes it gives you a bonus if you could pass it on the next check. Ooh, we got it.
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
We could try medicine with advantage because of that. Or we could just break the skull because we're a beast man. Let's just go with the break the skull. Nice. Does it fall out? Oh, okay.
The brain lifts from the
so
skull.
gross.
But you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
This is a tough check of dexterity, which we're not good at, so we're going to spare it any injuries that may weaken it.
We are free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
What's at the helm?
The brain tenses, as though querying an unseen advisor.
Do you not hear it? We will not survive here. We are needed to navigate. We are needed to leave this realm.
What should I call you?
Us. We are us.
Alright. Alright, let's go.
To the helm we go. Going to the helm.
Sorry, Minarth. I can't believe they'll give you a melee weapon. I know I'm a ranger, but man. I mean, it won't take long to get one, but... This part is so cool, much cooler than it was in early access.
Abomination.
shadows rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh. My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
Who are you?
Who am I? Your only chance of survival.
What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Gaith, mind flayers.
We need to figure out where we are, or what do you suggest?
First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls. It may be of use in the fight to come.
Yeah, this whole prologue is so much better than early access. It was much longer. It didn't have, like, any of this stuff right here. Very cool. I get right into the fight here. Much cooler. Alright, us. Let's get him.
I will ascend. I will not know failure.
Ooh, you send that to me. I do need a melee weapon.
Never a dull moment.
Starting with our bow, and I can be very good at it, but whatever. Damn!
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle. Now,
Thank you.
to the helm.
I love how Lazelle's like, she gives you a compliment, but it's still like that you're stupid. You're surprisingly adequate. It's like such a, you're not good, you're surprisingly you're good, and you're only adequate. That's the best she gives you early on. Until you get to know her.
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
Let's get cracking. I've done this so many times. Alright, let's I have a weird thing about things like having dots on them. Alright, we can only do light weapons, dual wielding at this point in time. Until we get a feat. So, or until our ranger should get it, actually is. A level 2 or 3. We go scimitar in one hand, I guess, and then a short sword in the other. Still have our bow.
What now?
Rizal has a bow, right? Yeah. Alright.
Gaith machinery. I can make no sense of it.
Another mystery.
Okay. Remember, we had 8 intelligence. We're not very smart, so we're gonna do whatever. Let's hit this one.
Machine made them hostile.
dash up with us there.
Reporting is ever easy.
We should be able to jump into the fight. Oh, come on, Lizzo. And aware, so it's ready to go next time.
You! Get me out of this damn thing!
We have no time for stragglers.
Let's look for a latch that might open the lid.
Construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar. This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
You're a stranger, technically. I'll look around. There must be some way to get this thing open.
Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry! Please!
The console appears dormant.
Look for a switch or release.
The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Hit it.
Nothing. The console remains dormant.
That little kick will do something.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
Take the Dark Mind for much later in the game. And we can't open this yet until we get a key. I would attack the little Mind Flare, but then us will turn on us. Our little buddy Mind Flare. Or Mind, Devour, I'm sorry. We could dual wield scimitars. That's kind of cool. Right? They're both light, right? I mean, I already have one on. Yeah.
How many hosts of these gay infected? Dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
As usual, my guy with 8 intelligence, he likes to push buttons. Let's just push everything we see.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
So cool.
Change her. Changed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
Alright. Pick that up for much later. We need this.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
Actually, let me take a minute here to redo my... Oops, screw that up. I need to get my stuff sorted here, or else it drives me crazy later on. So just take a second. I have a very specific way I like to do these things. Actually, we should probably have... Yeah. We have Find Familiar already. Alright, so let's do this. Is melee and melee abilities, they like weapon abilities, are bonus crap. We'll start with spells here. We're not going to get too many spells as a ranger, but we'll get enough, and we could be casting this already. Let's go with Raven. I love Raven. Great thing about the Raven is that it gives you an attack that automatically blinds an enemy, and if you blind an enemy, it gives you both an advantage attacking them, they get disadvantage against you. It's very useful. He only has 1 hit point, so he won't last long, but...
The console appears dormant. The console hums to life. But what is its purpose? Will it free the captive or transform her like that other unfortunate?
Let's take a closer look. Oh no, it went off.
Nothing in the appearance of the device betrays its purpose. It could do anything. It could even transform the occupant of the pod, like what happened before.
Place your hand on the console.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. It's the parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Will the pod to open.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
At last. Thought I was done for. I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
Keep dangerous company.
Yep. Dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Did you feel what I felt just before we were in each other's heads?
I did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us. But that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not?
Alright then, let's get going. I'm Skalsgrim.
Shadowheart. One moment.
What's that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
Alright. Got a party. Do we even need this thing? No, not really.
We're nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Kanyank.
they just so dislike each other. I love it. Alright, real quick.
My faith will guide me.
Sorry, Shadowheart. I want to give her a specific spell to help with this part, possibly. Give her healing word if needed. Definitely want command, because I want to try to get the guy to drop his sword. Bless. I usually don't use anything but command in this fight. But just in case, we'll give bless, because that's good. And I guess Guiding Bolt, that'll work. Don't really care as much about the rest of those.
No time to rest.
Wait, what the fuck? How does Shadowheart take damage? What do you take? What do you do? What are you doing? How are you taking damage? What are you doing? Stay away from the fire, you moron! Get away from the... No, don't run over it. I thought I had an 8 intelligence. This guy's a bit of a punk. He just kills a Cambion and then gets killed by imps. Really, dude? They do like 3 damage.
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
Do it.
Connect the nerves. Nerves. We will connect them.
I love us.
Falling fast.
I wish she was in our group forever. It's a tough little cookie.
Let's end this.
Let's now run over the fire, Shadowheart. There you go.
No mercy.
Our Raven, we're gonna come in and blind this guy. Nice, got it. So why the Raven's so great is that most abilities in this game where you blind somebody or something like that, they get a save tool, which means you hit them, they have a chance to save against it, roll a die, and stop the blind from happening, or the condition. The Raven's attack, as long as he hits, it's an automatic blind. And, of course, because this guy's blinded now, we have an advantage. He has disadvantage on attack rolls, and we have advantage against him. Which means it's just way easier to hit him and way harder for him to hit us for 1 round.
I am fury. I am death.
So now you'll see when she comes in, she has a 94% chance to hit him because we have advantage.
Bow.
Which is pretty much an automatic hit, right? Oh, he stunned him. Nice start to the fight. I'm gonna loot up. I'm a loot whore, so there is actually some decent stuff here to loot. I mean, not the best. I mean, but we sell it. Alright, I guess I'm a liar. There's not much to loot here. That stun was huge. Where's the other guy? There he is. You know, go dash up just to get an attack of opportunity of him. Can't attack if we dash, but we can get close.
On I go.
Her stuff's all messed up here. Oh, we didn't give her a... Gosh darn it. I didn't give her a ranged weapon. Let's do that. That'll be our action, unfortunately, for this round, but it's alright. Alright, let's try to get the Raven by him to blind him. Next round.
Time to strike.
Alright, I thought there was more loot than this.
Anything of use?
Let's dash up.
Breathe deep and move.
Got to focus.
Alright, Shadowheart. Here we go. Let's do it.
Away.
We're going to try to get him to drop this sword with a command spell to drop weapon. And he's saved, of course. Bastard.
Time to strike.
Take the transponder.
Alright, let's try one more time. Get him to drop that sword. No! I almost always get him to drop it. Between the two casts. I can't believe that they both failed. That sucks. Now we have to kill him, which is not easy to do. And I don't know if we're going to pull it off. Why didn't he blind him? Oh, I didn't do the stupid Ren. That's my fault. I screwed up.
Victory awaits.
Alright, let's, she does have Lacerate. We can try to bleed him. Or miss. We have Flourish, Lacerate as well. He's saving us the bleed. He's missing a lot.
Concentrate.
Well, that really blows. That we didn't get it. That's right, I gotta do the red vision. Ah, we would have had him last time too.
I am death.
Let's try to pommel strike him. Saved. Come on, stun him again, dude. Let's go. Oh my god! Nice crit by us.
To me.
Alright, we're gonna send her up to bring the other guys in and start fighting them. Before we run out of time.
Hurry before they strike.
Oh, the other guys are already, you see in the front of they're already coming. The other Cambians.
I am fury. I am death.
That's huge. 26 and a stun. And so we have advantage. Alright. He's basically resistant to all our damage,
Come a little closer.
which makes it hard to take him down. These guys will be here any minute, and they could kick our ass very easily.
Throw their corpses in the sticks.
Got to keep fighting.
Come on, let's hit him. Yes! We blinded him! Oh, that's huge. With advantage this whole round on him. God, 3 damage. Such just Man, resistance. How did you miss? He's got advantage on him. I don't know if that Mind Blast matters with the advantage or not. Oh my god! They're gonna start attacking one more round and they start attacking us. We're not gonna be able to do it. That was huge crit right there. Damn it. We needed that. We're not gonna get him. These guys are going to definitely be able to attack us this next turn. I don't know if they only go for him or not.
Taking position.
Oh, we're so close. Maybe if I head behind him a little bit. Oh, they're going after the little guy. Look at us pulling off a crit, surrounded.
Heading there.
I could take a pot shot at him. Probably a terrible idea. Yep.
On the move.
We need you. Why are you moving? Oh, he's gonna get them all? Mind blast them all? They saved, of course. Still got 16 hit points after all this. One frickin' damage. Damn it. I should run. I should definitely run right now. There's no way this guy's gonna survive. Well, he might. He's still here. Critical miss. Nope, he's gonna take me out. Oh, that's huge. Got him on attack of opportunity. Come on, us.
Ready. Victory awaits.
Oh my god, he's got one hit point left! If I move, I'm gonna get smacked. No, I'm down! Could he get me up? we're gonna end up dying here. I wonder if they hit the thing, but I want the sword. I'm not gonna get it. I can't believe that he saved both of her fucking drop weapon spells. He always drops it. He always drops it. Can us get us up? No. And he's down. Alright. I'm pretty sure the Raven can't loot.
Need to act fast.
Can the Raven get us up? No, and I know he can't loot, right? No. Alright, how are we gonna pull this off? This is a terrible idea. Can we mage hand loot? I never really tried to mage hand loot. Probably.
What lies within?
No, Lozano will get killed. What do you mean you can't reach it? He's right there! Unbelievable.
Let's finish this.
Alright, we're gonna park her right next to it. Alright, so I should be able to loot this. Alright. Let's send it to me, my dead body. And get me up. Alright.
My path be true. Need to stay focused.
I could just leave now, right? I always like to have my guy hit the thing, because it's my guy, but at this point, I think that would be stupid to try to do that. Especially, I can't dash. I can't believe our Raven has lasted this long. Nope. Okay. Yeah, the smart thing to do would be to bail, right? It doesn't matter who hits the thing. We're all up, so that's a bonus. Let's get out of here.
The helm's alien transponder. You've made it in time.
Loading, even on PS5, the loading, it takes a while in this game. There's so much to load in, though. Oh, I didn't even see that, Alan. Hey, Scouts, do you know that you can heal potion of the dog? Yes, I do know you can throw healing potion of the dog characters. I probably should have did that. That's a good. That's a good cut. Yes, I did know that. I didn't think about it though. Minthara, she is a nasty. She's a dirty, dirty girl. Just put it that way.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
Oh, really? I never had the druid. I never had that happen where the druids finished the ritual. I know it could happen though.
Other than the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through, but it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
I've never even lived that whole Nautiloid with one hit point. Does he have a name? Quoth, right? Yeah. Okay. Quoth.
What to do?
You are not the leader.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
No reason to get her angry right away.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
I was hoping you might know that.
I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
Now what?
First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
Mm-hmm. You want to stay together?
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Alright, let's get moving.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Alright, level ups already. Let's do it. Alright, 22 health. For spells and a passive ranger, so this is where we'll get our dual wield in, right? What should we start with here? So the best spell, my favorite spell in the game, one of my favorite spells in the game is Longstrider. It's awesome. It's a ritual, so it doesn't take a spell slot. You can cast on the whole party, give everybody 10 more feet of movement, which is actually a huge bonus when it comes to fights. It's amazing. Speak with animals is fun. It's very fun in this game. There's so many animals to talk to. Yeah, so, but we can always get that with somebody else. So Hunter's Mark for sure, because we get an extra d6 of damage on our target, and we can move that around. I think we might go Longstrider right away here, because the problem is that this is a concentration spell. We're going to want to use this a lot, which means if we can't cast any other concentration spells, like Ensnare and Strike, Fall Cloud, which is actually pretty good. Well, no, only two so far here. We'll probably take Cure eventually. I think we'll go Longstrider and Hunter's Mark. It's just too good. And then we're going to go with 2-weapon fighting. So when you make an attack with your offhand weapon, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the attack. Normally you don't get that. So we have +3 to strength. We get +3 on our offhand attack as well. So if it hits, very nice.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Shadowheart, we go up to 17 health, another level 1 spell slot. Starting her Divinity Chargers, getting Turn Undead. Invoke Duplicity. Invoke Duplicity is pretty good, actually. I'm not a big fan of the Trickster Cleric. I'd rather have Light, or Life, or War, or Tempest. Really, those are the ones I really like. But I usually spec her out of this eventually. Alright, we're gonna go with it. So Healing Word. We're back to where we were. I don't really use command much more, even though it could be really strong later when you can do up to multiple enemies at once. You can command them all to like freeze. Guiding Bolt is just so good. Bless is so good. Again, you run into the concentration problem here. If you're going to bless somebody, you can't really have Bless and Shield of Faith on, even though Shield of Faith is great. So, Inflict Wounds is pretty powerful if she can hit with it. I never really take Create or Destroy Water, but I know if you get people wet and then you do like a lightning spell on them to take more damage, or an ice spell, you can freeze. Pretty good. Sanctuary is actually pretty good. Actually, Command is not it's not a concentration spell. Sanctuary is great if somebody's really hurt, because they can't be attacked. This early in the game, though, it's probably not a problem. It's not a big thing. Alright, so let's sort out our stuff here. We want... Well, for this point far in the game, until we get crazy, I guess we could leave all this stuff on the first page. But eventually I like to spread this out. I like to have like a spot for level 1 spells, another one for level 2 spells, things like that. We might do that with Shadowheart real quick. The sooner... the earlier on you get these things set up, the better, because you have less stuff to move around. once you start getting to the point where you have so much stuff and then you want to try to move it around, it gets a little bit crazy. So it'll take a minute. I like to take a minute and just get it going the way I want to get it early on here. I try to keep like weapons and weapon abilities on the first page. Maybe some class stuff that's useful. What I have. This is strange how this got set up here. Nah, whatever. I'm just going to add all what I need. Basically, I have one for every spell slot. So, and then one cantrip, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So I do cantrips on this first slot. Boom. Boom. Level 1 spells on this one. Only the ones that I have prepared, usually, right? There's no reason to put them all on there if you're not going to use them. Afflict wounds I have bless. And I do have command right now? Yes. And then, of course, cleric always gets 2 spells from their domain. She gets charm person and disguise self. And then I don't think we have anything else to worry about at this point. A little tip that I've learned: if you wondered why when you open up this page, sometimes it goes to different pages. If you anything with a toggle, like this non-lethal, that's why I keep it here. It doesn't have to be on, but any thing with a toggle, it'll default to that first. I don't know why. So I always put that off to the top left of my first page, and I always know it'll start here. Sometimes it'll add a page to the left if you have like a special ability that pops up that you can use from using another ability, but for the most part, it's always going to work the way you want here, like this. So I always have that non-lethal on the top left of my first page. Alright, let's move on. Oh, we gotta put that old floppy hat on. The number one thing I want in this game, seriously, I mean, there's some things I would like them to add or do, but I want to be able to toggle the button to show the loot. Like right now, you have to hold down the right stick on the PlayStation the whole time. You should be able to tap it and let it all stay up, and tap it and turn it off. I don't know why they don't have that. It's such a smart thing to do. Shanties of the Bitch Queen. So what I do with my loot is, like I said earlier, if I go to something I sell, like a gem, I just add it to wares right away. And if it is something like food, which the only purpose of food is to camp, you don't ever really use it outside of camping. I send it right to the camp, because food will eventually take up a lot of your, if you don't do that, it will take up a lot of your encumbrance. Like this fish, for example, only for camp supplies, square, send it to camp. Water is actually pretty useful to have a little bit of it to put out fires. That does eventually start to weigh a lot though when you start having like 30 of them. If you These are warp little waypoints you can warp back to.
We get that open easily.
You need a 20 to
Maybe
open
there's
that
another
door.
entrance.
We'll be coming back later from a different direction. Some internet devourers.
Things.
I'll hold on to the dagger for now. Usually I would add that to wares, but we might be using it, that one dagger first. Bottles are pointless, I believe, right? I've never seen no use for them. You don't need them to make a potion. So... Are you gonna get... Yeah, they got seen. So these guys on tactician difficulty, they get range attacks, these elective hours, which surprised the crap out of me the first time I did that. I'm like, holy cow. That's immune to blind? Really? I never really paid attention. What does it say he's immune to blind? I guess he doesn't have eyes, right? Makes sense. If you really think about it.
Oh. Filth. Best keep some distance, so this will be a short fight.
Nice. Get out of my face.
Moving.
Well, so much for peace. Another day, another fight.
I keep doing it, but he's immune to blind. Just might as well just hit him, doesn't matter. Oh, snap! 7 damage!
Time to push my luck again.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Thank you, Shadowheart.
What's inside?
Ooh, a potion of speed. Potion of speeds are awesome. Let's get over here. Potion of speeds are basically, mini hastes. I think they only last a couple turns, but you get an extra attack, higher AC. Very useful stuff. So they basically give you these thieves' tools so you can try to lockpick this one, right? I mean, they're always in there. A little teaching moment. That guy's dexterity sucks, though. You know, this is only a 5. If I remember correctly, so we could go for it.
Can't keep me out.
We do have guidance from Shadowheart. And, yeah, there's always a helmet in here. Gives us bonus to, I believe, dexterity checks that on it? Or dexterity saves, sorry. I'm going to add all this to wares, so I'm not going to use any of this stuff. I might give that dagger to Astarion. Just so it's ready to go when the time comes to sell.
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
Easily, stand back.
There. Can you see it?
I should have healed. Now, let's pass this
Just
perception
a
check.
ball.
Nice.
You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
I tend to fail at it all the time. My guy actually has perception as a skill, so if this is a robbery, you're off to a bad start, elf.
I just need information. I saw you scuttling about on the ship. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light. The fear.
What was that? What's going on?
It's the Mind Flayer's worm. It connected us.
The worm. Of course. That explains things. Somewhat. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Glad to see we're cut off now.
Indeed we are. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
Introduce yourself. You're a Baldurian too.
Is that so? We clearly move in different circles. So, do you know anything about these worms?
Yes, unfortunately, they'll turn us into mind flayers.
Turn us into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time.
Control it. We need to get rid of it.
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
Alright. You should travel with me. Our odds are better together.
You know, I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right. I accept. Lead on.
Alright, we got a vampire spawn.
What a day.
17 hit points and all the cunning actions that rogues so enjoy having.
Let's get going.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
I wonder what the next move is.
She doesn't have... No, she does not have it. What does she have that I was thinking of? Oh, she has Talk to Dead eventually. That's what it is. Okay.
All's well that ends.
I have animal handling.
Could have.
Not that it's going to be much for this little guy, but... Get our guidance in there.
The boar grunts and eyes you warily with its beady eyes.
Beckon at the boar silently. Try to lure it closer. Nah, don't worry, I won't harm you.
The boar shuffles its trotters, unsure. Then it dashes away into the wilderness.
Fine.
Deep grooves in the mud around that rock.
And Harper Notebook, Ruby Underwears, Harper Map, Below the Crescent is a more recent straw cache. Talking about Moonrise Towers, which is obviously a big part of this game. So remember, by finding that map, you find this. They add this to our map. Hidden cache, which you get an awesome guidance necklace from. If I remember correctly, that's where it's at. Which, if you don't have Shadowheart in your party, you should have that on, because guidance is an incredible spell that's useful the whole game. And not having a cleric, basically, or a druid. Druids get it too, I believe. It hurts not having guidance. But that necklace they give you early on allows anybody to be able to use it. Of course, by using the necklace, you don't get to have another good necklace on that's useful, but I would say that just have Shadowheart in your party all the time. Because she's just awesome.
Even if injured, best be careful.
And you can make her into a, if you're not a cleric, of course, you can make her into a fantastic tank if you give her the light domain. She comes with some really good defensive abilities. She only wears medium armor, but there's a lot of medium armor in the game where you can add your full dexterity bonus to it, so give her high dex. Make her tanky. High dex, a little strength is what I tend to do with her, and then I can just give her. Really, she's going to use what, daggers then, because they're finesse weapons. But as a tank type option, she can still cast spells, and she can take a lot of damage or negate a lot of damage. So, but we're quite a ways away before we might change her to that. So who knows? Let's see.
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion.
This isn't right. Step away.
Can't move, can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve, to die for it an honor. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
Concentrate on his thoughts. Our intelligence sucks. Guidance could help. Or a great roll like a crit.
Your minds fuse. lusting for something that is gone. But then its grip claws back with a vengeance, a vice locking your mind into obedience. It needs sustenance to survive, and with your very body, you can provide.
Resist the intrusion with everything you have. Now, we are good at wisdom, so... Basically, wow, back-to-back crits. Screw this guy.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Close those eyes forever. I've never let him live, and, you know, I don't know what happens. I assume he eventually dies? I don't know.
Monster. Death is too good for it.
I don't think I ever will know, because I don't think I will ever get to the point where I'm not going to step on his head. Get confused here, we'll go back, and the other way. Fuck, we'll grab Gale real quick, and then... I love having Gale in the party. I love a wizard or a sorcerer, but...
Dead goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
Dead goblins? Oh, yeah.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
A hand? Anyone?
Who are you?
Just your average traveler stuck between realms. Pull me out, and we'll get properly introduced. That's it! Go on! Keep pulling! Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
No need to apologize. Are you alright?
A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well.
I was, yes.
And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region.
Go on.
The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceremorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
Ranger. I tend to basic wounds and ailments, but alien parasites? I'm afraid not.
As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
Sounds like a plan. You're welcome to join me.
Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved. Or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
Alright, Gale is with us. Gale, I'm a big fan of Gale. I think he's awesome. I'm a big fan of wizards in general, but I like them. I like every companion in this game is good. Alright, I think we might tune it down today. We're a good hour and a half in, maybe? Something like that. Let's level Gale up, though. Alright, specialization available. Some hit points, level 1 spells. Sculpt spells, of course. So, evocation is the obvious choice. Because you could do your evocation spells without any, and then your party members getting hurt by them. So you basically just send everybody into a group of enemies and throw a fireball in there, and your guys will not get hurt, where other guys will. Necromancy is kind of cool. Divination was my first playthrough by Gale Wizard, was a diviner, and because I had actually a person in a game I DM'd be a divination wizard, and it was really neat. They could change the rolls a couple a day, or they roll 2 dice at the beginning of a session, and they could replace other dice with those dice they get. So a low die roll, they could add it to an enemy attack so they make sure they miss or save, or they could add a high one to a character's, another party member's save so they pass, or attack so they hit. It's pretty cool. But I have done it already. Transmutation, I don't know if it gets any better, but this experimental alchemy doesn't seem like it's really worth it. I don't know. Illusion, enchantment. Hypnotic Gaze sounds interesting, but I think it's only once per long rest, or is it? What is this? It doesn't say. It's very defensive. If you get hit, you could try to basically charm person to not attack you. Conjuration could be interesting, maybe, if it gets better. Like, the one thing they should have in this game, besides the toggle, the environment items you can loot on and off, is maybe some better ways to show you what your guy will get eventually. At this point, I usually go on, like, the BG3 wiki. There's a new wiki that was really good that was created for this game. To like see what happens eventually, because at higher levels you get more abilities from your subclass here, but without them telling you now, you really don't know any better. But of course you could respec at any time, so later on down the road. I haven't done, excuse me, Jesus, I haven't done conjuration yet. Minor conjuration will create water, not a big deal, but the fact that it's basically a free spell, I think? Yeah, it's a class action, so not a spell, once per turn. And like I said, I don't know what else you get. offhand, but that could be a good one to go with, just for something. I've done evocation, I've done necromancy. Evocation's great, but you could also just make sure that you cast spells where people aren't. Like you don't have to. You don't always have to cast a fireball in the middle of your party. You could set up things better that way, more strategically. I'm gonna go conjuration just because I haven't done it. All right. How he doesn't know magic missile already is beyond me. So what conjuration spells do we even have here? We got at level 1. What are there? So Longstride is a transmutation spell. Okay. False Life is definitely necromancy. Featherfall. Find Familiar's conjuration, obviously. Okay. Ice Knife is conjuration. That's like a spell that I haven't really used a lot of, but it looks pretty awesome. I think I might go with Ice Knife just because Shield is awesome, but I think at this point of the game, you're really not in a lot of danger. Eventually, though, it becomes very useful. And of course, as a wizard, you can always just find a scroll and add it to your spells. So you can always add that later. I'm going to try Ice Knife. I love Magic Missile. It's just too good. It never misses. You can split it. You can hit different things with it. It comes into play in a lot of fights, actually, like the Hag fight, which she has multiple illusions up. You can Magic Missile them to find out which one's the real one or to get rid of the other ones very easily. It has so many uses. It's just a great spell. Grease, of course, is incredibly powerful in this. I never use Witch Bolt. I have used Witch Bolt one time in this game. I'm sure it's good, but I don't use it. All right, I'm gonna chill. Stop for today on here. It's a good place to stop. We got our party going. This will probably be the group that we use most of the game, really. Well, being that my guy is a melee fighter, as awesome as Lizelle is, and she's amazing. Yeah, I do damage, and Karlach as well. We don't really need them. I definitely have Shadowheart probably the whole time. I just love clerics. There's so many uses. And I want an arcade caster, of course. So we have Gale. We could take Will as a warlock, I guess. But Gale is just awesome in this because just obviously a wizard or a sorcerer. Wizards have so much. They can basically know every spell in the game, which is very useful. And Astarion, while I love him in his own little way, I usually won't take him on a good party because he's such a jerk. He's so selfish. But I don't know if I'm going to have anybody who can pick locks. Nobody else has really a high dexterity in this party. Gale's got a +1, right? Shadowheart's got a +1. I have a 0. So, decisions that need to be made eventually. Before I forget,
not around, so it might as well.
Let's cast Mage Armor. And then we'll use our Arcane Recovery to get that spell slot back real quick. Alright.
Is that blood? No.
Alright, we're gonna stop for now. Thanks for watching. Alan, you've pretty much been my only one I've noticed. I appreciate any of you who have hopped on early on here in this little playing around with a ranger, dual wield, and I'll continue on as soon as I can with another stream eventually. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.